This is All Roads Lead To with Al and Jayné.
The place where we share and talk about the people, places, and passions
that have impacted us on the road of life. Hey, I'm Al.
Hi, I'm Jayné.
And we are here again for another episode of All Roads Lead To with Al and Jayné. And today we are talking about
birthdays.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. The earlier half of the year is kind of a birthday intensive time for us. And just a kind of time for us to really look back and reflect and just kind of think about what birthdays mean to us.
Absolutely. It feels like a birthday season in a sense that kind of our daughter kicks off right at the end of winter, beginning of spring, really, in March. And so it's a great time. I think so many things that we enjoy come during this time of year. And I'm an April baby and have always loved that. I love that the birthstone of April is diamond, and I love the spring season. The times when I lived in the DMV, it was always just one of my favorite times of year.
What's the DMV?
The DC Metro, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
All right.
DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And the cherry blossoms would come out around the Potomac River. And there was always just a great vibe downtown DC around that time of year. My favorite season is summer, but I love DC in the spring. So that was always just something I look forward to, but I always just loved being an April baby.
Okay. And April showers bring May flowers. So I'm a guy that was born in May. And one thing I have always liked about myself and about my life, I've always liked my birthday. I always have liked when it fell. I've always liked everything about it. So having a May birthday was always something, I don't know, I just kind of liked. Really didn't have anything to compare it to, or really anybody necessarily to compare it to. But it was just something that I always liked once I learned and knew what my birthday was. So as Jayné said, we're kind of in a birthday intensive season, especially late winter, early spring, starting with our daughter, then Jayné, and then May with me. And it's an interesting thing, within 10 days, there's my birthday, my dad's birthday, and my mom's birthday, all within 10 days of each other. So it's really a birthday intensive month. And then our son, we celebrate at the fall season and all. So we're kind of stretched out all throughout the year. And then, of course, we have friends and family all throughout, people we love. And one of the interesting things when we first were married, I guess, one of the things we did was we kind of had a calendar with all of the birthdays that we wanted to kind of keep up with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I always hoped that I would have a baby in April, but I have it all to myself. So I'm okay with that too. And our son's birthday is in October, so we kind of celebrate. He kind of has it all to himself in that time. And then it's like a great time because it's not really competing with any other holidays. It's kind of isolated, and we get to do a lot of, usually the weather's still really nice. And so there's a lot of options. So I always love celebrating the children's birthdays. So we've had some really fun. I think back to, we had like this Dora birthday for our daughter, where we were like we had a foam pit, and we had like the swiper fox moving around, and that was a lot of fun. She had a Princess Tiana birthday. And then one of my favorites was our son's backyardigans, where we had like a scavenger hunt and had friends and family over. So those were fun.
Yeah. Been some good times and everything. And all thanks to Jayné has kind of been the engineer for, those ones. And it's been really good memories for our kids and even for our family and friends that we've had a chance to celebrate with as well. For a while, we had a group of consistent people that we kind of celebrated with birthday after birthday. And so even now, to look back on some of those pictures, to look back on some of those things, it's really nice to see. And all. Yeah.
And I think we always have family members who are very consistent with birthdays. So I remember, like you're saying, we were trying to really stay in touch and kind of stay consistent with that. And we would keep a birthday calendar. I think even thinking this year, there's certain folks who have been significant part of our lives or who have been constants who we've lost this year. And some folks who always remember our birthdays. I think about your Aunt Barbara, who was an April baby. And my uncle Doug, who passed. And so I know coming into this birthday, I've been much more just, I think, contemplative and just really appreciating life and health in a way that I think it's always been something that you recognize as a gift. But it just really, I think we've just been confronted with more life and death scenarios, friends and close loved ones related to the pandemic and even not who have passed. And just, like, it's like a silence of those voices, of the laughter, of just, you just would think to call, oh, this happened and I want to call this person. And there's just those voids. So I think, finding ways to continue to like carry on legacy and different discussions or dreams that you may have shared with someone and trying to, just kind of keep that as a hopeful part of and just a thankful part of having opportunity to see another year. So it really is a blessing and a gift, and you want to live so that you can live again. I mean, we just believe in the promise that we will be able to see those folks again. And so you just really, I think, just much more I don't know if it's even sobering, but I just think I just feel much more grounded and just realizing what a gift and a blessing it is to be healthy and to be here to see another birthday. So I'm very grateful.
We've been watching, I guess, a couple of things lately, kind of YouTube videos of musicians and singers and artists that who I don't think we've done this intentionally, but some people, we've been watching, they've passed away, and you realize the void that is there. And I mean, there's a void, I guess, that comes from you being an onlooker. But when you think about the void of these individual people with their families and the people who knew them best, and to think about, as you're saying, the people who were in our lives that we've lost, that term void is really accurate. And you really just miss them. Just miss not only knowing that they were there, but you also miss what they contributed as they were there for you and for so many others. So it just makes each and every birthday more significant, more special, and just something that you value. And for me, I appreciate it not so much for celebration sake, but hey, where am I learning? Where am I growing? And you recognize that no day is promised. No moment is promised. And so, again, it sounds cliche-ish. It sounds like a slogan, but you really want to take advantage of each and every moment that you have. And so that's what it is for me.
Absolutely. And so New Year's and the beginning of a year is a time when I try to revisit and kind of refocus purpose. But it is also nice because my birthday falls almost like at the end of the first quarter. So kind of get to reevaluate and kind of just look forward to and see where things are aligning and kind of revisit my purpose and mission statements. And so been able to do that, which has really been a benefit, and just praying for favor and for, just for God to manifest in this coming year. I think back to birthday celebrations and just my family. And I think as we're talking, we're celebrating life.
Yeah.
And I always remember growing up really feeling celebrated and just my being here, my life being celebrated. And I think and realized that a lot of that came from the fact that I was the baby that came after a storm, after loss. And I know now we have community. I think we're growing to really support mothers and to support families who experience loss. But I think my mom really, I was a rainbow baby, as they're often referred to. And she didn't really have that type of support. I think there was just a lot of, I think a lot of focus. I mean, she was one of 11, where she'd just been around an abundance of fertility and, and birth. And so there was, I think, some burden that she was carrying for, going, quite, I guess, seemingly at that time quite a few years into life and adulthood, into marriage without having a child. And so I was, the only child and the first. And so even when my parents recount my birth story and the day I was born, you can really sense just, I think, the answered prayer and the fulfilled promise. And that always has, I think, invigorated me and given me energy. And also, I think, given me a sense that there's something to fulfill in that. And so I'm grateful for that. So I think that's something that has kept me going. But I have a lot of, I think, good birthday memories. I think one of my most recent is one that you engineered when it was a milestone birthday, and had lots of friends over really a course of a weekend kind of coming to surprise me and doing some of my favorite things. And really over a course of a week, we were able to reunite with some friends from Oakwood University from college and meet them. And then on the actual weekend of my birthday, got with some other friends, was able to kind of spend a weekend away and had like a planned spa date and did like paint party and all of that. So that was a really fun birthday with my girls.
Good.
Engineered by my hubby.
Hey, I try. All I can do is try. All I can do is try. Well, that's good to hear. For me growing up, birthdays were kind of a thing. It's a good thing, but you kind of got through it and everything. So I'm one of four, the oldest of four. So there's a little bit of getting lost in the sauce, sometimes. But nevertheless, I mean, again, I've always liked where my birthday falls in May, and so I've always appreciated that. I remember early childhood birthday. Now, people can't believe that I remember this, but like my first and second birthday parties, I actually remember those as long as decades ago as they were now.
Do you remember the stories told of them, or you remember?
No, I remember them, okay. So to speak. Now, I mean, not every aspect, but I remember those occurrences. I remember them happening. Mm-hmm. So that was that. Had a great birthday surprise that Jayné did for me over at our house, and had friends who came in, and one friend came and surprised me and preached for me, did my sermon for me that day. And
why the air quotes?
Well, because it was a surprise in the sense of it was a surprise in the sense of not knowing that it was going to happen, but I had prepared and had done everything that I usually do during the week and everything. And so when that happened, it was a good thing. And so
were you actually surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised. Because
you really pride yourself for a champion that you cannot be surprised, and it's always so difficult.
Well, I mean, when you're in the winner's circle, you're in the winner's circle. So I mean, come on. I mean,
so we got you that time.
So yeah, I got and everything. So I'll give you that one. So that was a great time. Had another great time that Jayné planned for me. Got a room and everything. Had it catered, and she worked, I mean, incredibly hard behind the scenes. People flew in for this one and everything, and so that was a really, really, really nice thing. And hey,
you had your own personal cheerleader.
I was about to say, hey, I mean, I didn't want to go there. I mean, but got the pictures to prove it. My wife dressed up as a cheerleader of my favorite football team. So, yeah, I got the pictures to prove that one. So that was really, really special, really special and nice. So I've always appreciated that.
Yay to birthdays.
Yay to birthdays. So hope whenever during the year that you are celebrating your birthday, that you have a happy birthday. So if nobody tells you happy birthday, you heard it from Al and Jayné, and also that you get a chance to celebrate somebody else's birthday. Because we recently, we're talking with somebody and just talking about the importance of celebrating other people during their birthdays, because you never know what they're going through, even in front of or behind the scenes. And whatever you can do, whether it's just saying happy birthday, whether it's sending a text or a card or just whatever you can do. Yeah, you never know how that will make their day. So hope that you enjoy your day, enjoy your time, and happy birthday.
We are so glad to share our podcast with you. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and on social media.
So please listen, share, and tell a friend about All Roads Lead To with Al and Jayné, the place where we talk about the people, the places, and the passions that have impacted us along the road of life.